G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is, I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, I'm just going to call it the Mosin Nagant. The Mosin Nugget. The Boston Nugget, there we go. Okay, so this thing is a highly customizable, or semi-highly customizable standalone rifle, and it is a real-life weapon used by the Russian army mostly, and it is still used today, would you believe? I'm not a weapons history channel, so go and watch something else for that. They'll fill you in quite well for this, but for the attachments on this particular weapon, you've got this going all the way up to calibrated powerful receiver. Now it's got infantry and sniper receivers to it, and basically the infantry receivers do they reload with the stripper clips, so you can reload 5 bullets at once, but the sniper ones, whilst the bolt is a little bit better, it reloads one by one, so that's kind of annoying. So for the confines of Gunners Plaza, we'll go for an infantry calibrated powerful receiver. And we've got the barrels here. We can go for a short, medium or long. This impacts range mostly, and 143 is quite good, but I think we'll go ahead and chuck on the long barrel. That feels kind of good for a big long weapon like that. Next up, the next thing we can change is the muzzle piece. So we've got a bayonet here, which would suit this weapon very well if you're coming from a World War I game, which Battlefield 1 this is in, from the Name of the Tsar DLC. And you can add even more bayonets to it, and why would you? I'm pretty sure that'd block the sights. And you could also add a suppressor on it, and whether that's realistic or not is not my problem, because I'm going to chuck it on anyways. Anyway, you've also got a damage slider here if you feel like this weapon isn't doing enough for you, and of course a legendary effect slot, which we might get to later, but we'll see. Anyway, let's get into Gunners Plaza now and see what this bad boy can do. Right, so here we are in Gunners Plaza once again, and it's time to look at this weapon in some more detail in combat. So as you can tell there, that was a little bit of a sprinting animation that was all custom, which is nice. And we'll go ahead and start shooting these gunners. Admittedly, it's going to be a little bit hard with not having a scope, but I think we'll be fine. So, didn't crank the pump there, didn't pump the bolt there, but yeah. So this thing obviously has custom animations, and you can see that in the way that the bolt cranks. Obviously, it's on the other side than the hunting rifle, so obviously it's going to need extra things. As for the reloads, you just open it up and then load a stripper clip in, which is good, and we'll just try to get a hit on you. There we go. So turrets are going to get pissed off at me again and just got me through a wall, so that's kind of annoying. These guys are actually rather irritating when you get down to it, because they're always shooting at me from up there in caution and causing a hell of a lot of screen shake, which is not nice. But we'll go ahead and bash. That's nothing has really been changed about that, so that's good as it is. And if you could just stop moving for a bit, that would be nice. There we go. Lined up an easy headshot there, and we'll go ahead and try to do the same to you. Didn't quite hit her. Again, these sights aren't very good. I think the best thing I can do here is aim in third person, so let's go ahead and do that. Hit her once, hit her twice. That one must have been a headshot. Headshot there, and one more will do you in. One more shot in the mag should do it, and there we go. So reloading, there you go. You go ahead and have that custom reload animation in third person too, which is attention to detail that I always like seeing. Now, unfortunately, being detected here, we are not able to get sneak attack crits on them, but as you can tell there, this thing is quite powerful without that. Even though its rate of fire significantly hurts the DPS, we're able to get that bash kill nice and easily. Yeah, even though it significantly reduces the DPS, if you can maintain your sneakiness and stay hidden, you'll have a good time killing these enemies. But it's a little bit harder in Gunners Plaza when you've got no stealth upgrades on you like Stealth Boys, but we'll persevere anyways. So first things first, we're gonna kill these turrets. There we go. And that gunner commander down there. If I can just get a shot on you and just pop a reload there for no reason. Sometimes weapons are temperamental in this game. I don't think that was a glitch on the mod's part. That was rather to do with just switching into third person whilst cranking the bolt. That's happened to me a few times, mainly with revolvers. Alright, so now we are definitely in danger. We're going to hit on her, and we'll go ahead and do a little bit of that now. And we'll just make sure we can line up about 5 of them. And we'll do 4 crits in a row because with gun fu you can pull that kind of crits out of your ass like that. So that's good. We'll just line these up properly, and I believe we've got access to all of them. Alright, another crit here. Second crit goes on. As you can tell there, this thing is a very effective weapon when you're shooting bats, just like really other weapons. So one more legendary gunner, that was automatic, and for some reason we've got all of our crits back, even though he's used 3 during that thing. So thank you to the various VATS perks that give me that. Grim Reaper Sprint and Forward Clover certainly help. And we'll just go ahead and bash them in between shooting just to get a little bit of extra damage, but it's not much. Now, how are we doing for detection? Slipping out of danger for a bit. Might see if we can get into caution just for a little bit. There we go. Into caution, and we'll see if we can pick off a few stationary targets. Good shot, me. Okay, got her. Now they're getting a little bit of blind fire on me, but luckily they don't know where I am. She goes down. And we've got one more just up here. We'll just do this nice and sneakily. No need to get excess bullets shot into us. I say that after being detected, but those are lasers. They're a little bit different. They leave nasty burns rather than bullet holes, which would probably not be as bad, but maybe they ignite you when they hit you. I'm not too sure about how laser rifles in their full-out sense would work when compared to ballistic weapons. But anyway, there's the Mosin Nagant infantry against the Gunner's Plaza, and while it's nice and slow in its usage, it is a bolt-action weapon. I've come to expect that from bolt-action weapons, but it's a fun weapon to use nonetheless with solid textures, animations, and meshes. On to Swan now. Righto, so I've made the following changes before we take on Swan. I've swapped out the infantry calibrated powerful receiver for a sniper one, and that'll change the bolt. You'll get to see that in action a little bit earlier. Only downside to this is you'll be reloading the bullets one by one, which does cut in on the reload time. And I've gone ahead and chucked a suppressor on, a scope on I should say. The infantry receiver doesn't allow you to attach scopes, but the sniper one does, so we get a little bit of extra range out of this thing. And we've also chucked on plus 40% damage, just because I feel like this thing needs a little bit of a buff. And since we're going to have a week-long reload times, I feel like this is a worthy little benefit here. Anyway, this is the weapon we're going to use now. Let's go on to Swan. Fallout 4 weather is so good. I love how when it rains, your specular just goes off the chart, so it actually looks like your character is wet, like they would be if they were standing in the rain. Fallout 4 does weather very well compared to other Fallouts. I also sort of like how it interacts with the lighting. See that lamp over there? You can see all the speculars and everything move around as I change the camera's position. So yeah, it just adds a little bit of realism to it, and it's just sort of the little things about Fallout 4 that you end up liking after a bit. But as much as ambient lighting effects please me, I'm pretty sure you're all here to watch me kill Swan with things. So this is our sniper Mosin Nagant there. And as you can tell there, the bolt's a little bit different, and we've got a see-through scope on it, which is nice. And using that, we'll be able to do a little bit more damage on Swan, and we'll go ahead and show you the reload animation when we can. I think now is a good time, now that he's all knocked down on the ground, so we'll go ahead, crank that bolt open, and just reload the 5 individually. Now, you can actually exploit the reload if you feel like it, which I'll show to you when I go ahead and empty this mag on his face here, or this internal mag I should say, and we'll see. I'll just show you what you can do to speed up the reloading of this. So now, take notice of when the number hits 5, because what you can do here is put your weapon away, whip it back out, and then you've got the 5 bullets without having the time to reload, which is pretty good. Another thing about this is your character will reload the weapon like it would in first person, in third person. So again, lots of reload and attention to detail there. So if I could just pop a reload there. Oh, never mind, I just prematurely ended the reload, and I guess that's another exploit you could do with this. We'll just go ahead and shoot him in third person again. There we go, so there's the reload again. And we didn't need to put 5 in, but this thing bugged on me again, so that's a shame. The thing about using see-through scopes is that you can't really do anything with them when you're in third person, because obviously it's an effect in the third person thing itself. So when that happens, you get that easy low zoom in on third person, but you still get the sniper perk along with it. And with that, Swan is dead, and probably made this thing a little bit too powerful. We sent him to kill him pretty quickly, but I feel like that was a good enough crack at him. Took me quite a long time, all things considered, so we'll go ahead and move on to the next monster and get out of this infernal rain, as Codsworth would say. Righto, so we've got this thing fitted with the covert effect, which will increase our sneak attack multiplier, which will probably be very useful as I go and attack this Deathclaw here. So let's get a few guaranteed sneak attack crits in there, as he's somersaulting for some reason. Alright, so we've got a 6.4 times damage multiplier on there for a sneak attack, which will do very nicely against such a beast, although I don't believe it lasted for very long. But fortunately, the crits are doing alright too, so what I might do now is quickly run my ass off this way, and we're in danger. I probably shouldn't have sprinted, but that's fine. These minions have got to go down anyway, so you've earned yourself a crit. Okay, that didn't work out very well. You're a little bit close. We'll just to go away for a little bit. They don't like this thing here. Just like the Deathclaws in the Mojave at Deathclaw Promontory, they're afraid of rock constructs. Maybe it's some sort of a Deathclaw resistance to bad pathing, I don't know. Alright, so we're back into caution for now, but if we see that two Deathclaws, okay, there's the big one. There's the smaller one. We'll get a shot on you. He goes down. That one's already mutated, so you go down. And we get a few more hits on the belly of this particular beast. So 6.4 times damage, which is good. You get to hear this thing in slow motion, which is actually kind of cool. That's something I haven't really talked about yet. This thing sounds very cool, and you forgot to reload there, so good on ya. You might want to hurry up on the reloads too. You've got a big Deathclaw charging at ya. Oh yeah, you could definitely see me, but he's just playing nicely. I think I've got light steps, so there's no reason why he would be able to hear me, so that's interesting. You'd think the Deathclaws would be able to smell you, but that's got nothing to do with whether they detect you or not. And only complete idiots like me could miss a shot like that. And we won't exploit that reload, we'll sit through it just because I like the animation and out of respect for the modders. And he's going to stand there, which is good. If I could just get a cheeky little shot there. Now I like the Deathclaws having their weak spot on their bellies because, oh, nice shot with the rock there, mate. You can't really hit it because when they sort of hunt over like that, they've got their face protecting their bellies, which is, I mean, of course, if you were hitting their brain there, that'd probably do a lot more damage than hitting their belly, but maybe their skulls are super hardened, I don't know. But it's a nice little change up than to just shoot everything in the head, which for the most part is what you want to do, except for robots, I guess. You get more damage in the torso there, which is where all their critical components are. And you know what, we're not even going to dignify this Deathclaw with using a scope, we'll just no-scope him. Because yes, that's right, the biggest thing we need right now is to have Fallout a Call of Duty game. And anyone who's seen the making of Fallout 3 video would know exactly what I'm talking about. One more monster. Okay, so about this last monster thing, basically I killed it before, but basically my kill on it was a little bit on the vulgar side, so I think I might re-upload that in a separate video later, but I think that is enough for now. This video has gone long enough. I've just looked at it in post, and I believe it is an adequate time. So if you'd like to see this weapon in your game, be sure to check out the link in the description below. And if you're going to complain about me not having PS4 mods on this thing, I'll refer you to the previous two videos I've done, which contained PS4 friendly weapons. So with all that out of the way, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll let you know what I've made. It's an abomination. You probably don't want to miss it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.